All right, so we got a job from Gearbox Entertainment. Well, these are big boys right now, right? And we're looking for a senior level designer that's mid to senior level. So, Andrew, when you see this, how many years' experience do you expect this job requires from you?
Senior. Okay, that's got to be at least. Okay, so that's like 7 to 8 years will be like senior.
Well, what if I told you that that's not the metric that they care about? They don't,
Here we
that's
go.
not what they care about, right?
Oh
What
boy.
they what they care about, qualifications. Industry veteran with 6+ AAA games shipped from beginning to end in a level design role.
Whoa. Okay.
What
That's
the
like
fuck?
that's like double than what I even thought it would be.
Who's done that? It's like who's done that from start to end? 6+, not just 6+.
I wonder if it's just an internal hiring thing where they put the requirements so high and they just hire internally in the end.
I mean, what are they expecting to hire like COD devs who pump out a game every year?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Like seriously, right?
But then this is Gearbox. There might be because it's like would be competing with
Yeah,
uh,
they're a
Call of
big
Duty
company,
games.
mid to senior. Not hey wait, not senior, mid to senior,
Yeah,
right? So you can
they should
so you
just
can
get rid
pay
of
them
mid.
slightly less.
Get rid of mid.
So you can pay a senior, pay him like slightly less. It's man, it's crazy.
Unless they're okay with 6 AAA jobs that you've worked for like a day at each. Like you,
No, but it says
do they
from it says
there you go, beginning to end.
yeah,
I'm
beginning
wrong.
to end.
Forget
You
about
got
what I
it
said.
pre-production to the
Yeah.
end of production. 6+.
But a AAA game, how long does one AAA game usually take?
Oh, for like a good one, at least 3 to 4 years, I'd say.
Yeah.
If you've got to include every single step
Like,
of the
all
way.
right, let's just say it was 1 year at best. That's 6 years already. That already makes you mid to senior anyway. But for AAA, that would make you senior to senior.
Yeah. But you know what's so crazy? I always get so worried when I'm editing my LinkedIn videos because I think to myself, like, surely this is everything, right? There can't be anything else that is crazy that's going on. But then I do my pre-production and I'm doing my research and it always blows my mind. Like, it's crazy. It always flabbergasts me just how much different, unique crap there is on this platform. It's absolutely nuts. All right, so this job actually was found by one of my members in my Discord community by the name of Dom. So thank you for finding this one. But it looks like we have a job from Fantastic Pixel Castle, and they're looking for a principal VFX artist, right? So they need someone who's a real veteran, right? And yeah, like you look at the year's experience and you see 12+, which is, and for AAA VFX in games as well, which is pretty insane.
They want someone pretty senior.
Like
Okay.
that is really hard to get.
Yeah.
But what's so weird is we've got two salary bands. We have a US salary band, right? Going between 113 to 205. But then we have a Canadian salary band going from 86 to 146. Yeah? But what's so strange about this is the value of the US dollar is worth more than a Canadian dollar, right? So you're getting double screwed if you're a Canadian because it's lower pay plus the value of your dollar is less.
I wonder if they did some calculations on like the cost of living in Canada, and they just adjusted for us. Like, you don't need as much money as an American.
Yeah, you're just as good, but yeah, you don't need that money. And then they have the audacity, right, to say that they're equal opportunity employer, but you're discriminating against location. This is location-based discrimination. So it's crazy to
It
me.
doesn't help when the company name Fantastic Pixel Castle it just sounds pretentious as well.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. But they have a lot of jobs going. But like,
There's
like
a lot of positions available.
yeah, that's just crazy. So yeah, thank you, Dom, for finding that one because that is really really pretentious and it's just crazy to me. And this is the type of shit that we have to deal with as like artists and programmers working in the industry. Yeah, sucks if you're a Canadian, I guess. Better luck next time. All right, so I think this is the most obvious one that has problems that I've found, right? Look at that salary range.
That's a big salary range.
60 to 180. That's a 3x difference, right? I've seen ones where it's like 1.5, 2x. 3x difference. 60K to 180K is like, that's so much money. That's the huge difference. And they want to, of course it's mid-senior. All these jobs are mid-senior, right?
There's no way any senior level person to apply for this job is going to ask for 60K a year. That's just impossible.
Do you reckon out of the over 100 people applying, do you reckon, surely there's one person who lowballed everyone and has opted for the 60?
If they came from like low to mid and they say like, oh, I might consider myself a mid, they'll ask for 60. But like, what's the point when they're asking for their salary range to be that big? You might as well go big and then let them negotiate it down.
It's just... It blows my mind.
And you know what? If you ask for 60, what they're going to do is they're going to...
Think you're shit?
No. No. They're going to negotiate you down from that to go to 50 or 40 even. If they could, they would. They would. They'll just say, your qualifications are, we're looking for someone with more higher skill set, and how does 50 sound? And then what are you going to do from that?
Yeah. I completely forgot. Like,
they'll never just accept your initial offer. They'll negotiate you down from the minimum.
Oh, yeah. I completely forgot that they love negotiation, but it's like they don't make it easy for you. You know? I
understand from a company's perspective, they want to get their best deal out, but like they're just going to keep going. All you really have to do, if you're watching this, is just know your worth.
Yep, exactly. Like, don't drop your standards. Like, you know your worth, don't drop your standards. And if you don't get it, you don't get it, but you shouldn't be suffering. Like, 60K a year, man. Hybrid, so you have to live in San Francisco. I mean, I don't live there personally, but I know that it's so freaking expensive to, have an apartment or whatever there. 60K a year.
Cost of living is pretty high there.
Yeah, because the cost of living here in Australia is pretty high, but I know that in San Francisco, I think it's rated higher than harder than what it is down here in Australia. So, good luck. If you apply, good luck. All right, so this one is just such a facepalm and sigh, right? So we found this job, a 3D animator. It's by Vast, right? So they want a mid-senior, and the pay, it's a bit of a big range, but like at least it's not super crazy. I can accept it, right? But as you read this, right, everything looks okay, but you get to a point, right, where you scroll down and you look at the additional requirements, right? Point 1, ability to travel 50% of the time. Okay. Right? They want someone that can go into the office, right? This is what gets me. Willingness to work evenings and or weekends to support critical mission milestones, right? This is a salary role. So you don't get paid per the hour per se. You get paid like for your total like time being there, right? So you have to be willing to work overtime on evenings and on weekends, right? To support whenever they want their milestones. But how do you know, or how do they know when that's happening, right? It could be a milestone every night, right? So you're going to have to be working extra hours for no extra pay. How can that be a requirement? How can that be, like, that should not even be legal, because you're lessening your pay over time, right? Let's say, like, you got the pay ranges here. Let's say you get the middle. Let's say you get 95K a year. But if they make you work all this extra time and weekends, your hourly rate's just going to drop. And it's like...
If anything, they should just have a constant hourly rate. So it doesn't matter how many hours, as long as you do your normal stuff. And then if they want you to do evenings and weekends, it's all bonus. And
that's how it should be.
That's how it should be. But are we getting that?
No, you have to be willing to work extra time for no extra money. So that's how they're going to take advantage of you.
Actually, where does it say that?
Well, it's like, a salary. That's what a salary is. A salary range is like, you don't get paid per the hour. You get paid per like the job. It's a salary. Salaries don't increase unless you get a pay rise, but you don't get paid per the hour per se.
Look, if you can charge it as separate work, then that's fine. But if not, then that's bad.
Yeah, they don't. I've checked the thing. They don't have that. So that would be fine. Like, work the extra time, get the extra money. It reminds me of that Rick and Morty episode with the Purge. There was a scene.
The Purge.
There was a scene in the Purge where all the communities all upset with each other, and they have a big fight about doing workloads. And if you do extra work, you should get extra pay. And they have a big fight over that. And Rick says, well, it's fair. If you do extra work, you should get extra pay. And they all agree to it. And then they end up fighting all each other. And then it just starts the whole purge again. I would watch that.
I got to rewatch that episode.
I would watch that if you haven't. It's so funny. But that's what this reminds me of. It's like you're doing the extra work, but you're not going to get compensated for it. So they're just going to take advantage of you. Like, I'm sure, like, the boss can decide whenever there's a critical mission milestone. They can do it every week if they want to.
Yeah,
instead of working at 9 to 5.
What is a critical mission milestone?
Instead of working at 9 to 5, you're there 9 to 8, but you're getting paid like, you know, the same wage. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And weekends, it's not like they say 1 day extra. You can be working Saturday, Sunday, and all the Monday to Tuesday. You can be working 7 days a week for no extra money.
Yeah, there's the micromanaging part.
Oh, man, I really, if you have applied for this job and you get it, I honestly feel really, like, I feel really sad. I feel really sad.
If you really want it, and yeah, I'm curious to see how it actually pans out for you.
Yeah, like, I'm not worried about, like, I'm not sure how big this company is, Vast. Like, if Vast sees this video, I'm not worried about my reputation, because why would I want to work for this anyway? It's just taking advantage of people. Like, I'm not going to let that happen to me. So that's why I make these videos, because the industry that we're in is a dying market. It's just, like, you have nothing to lose at this point. Like, I've done hundreds and hundreds of applications, and from the comments that I've seen over from you guys, it's the same thing. You guys have done hundreds of applications and heard back nothing. So it's like you've got nothing to lose, right? So that's why I'm not fussed with, like, making these types of videos, because it's just this type of shit shouldn't be legal and it shouldn't be tolerated. But it works. Like, what can I say? It works for them. And, like, I don't know, we can try that. That's why I've started this community, you know, to look out for this stuff and to not fall for it. I want to help people.
Yeah, I think that's really important, just at least to make people aware that there's really bad LinkedIn posts, and to really think about focusing on yourself first.
And bonus point, why do I have to have the ability to lift up 25 pounds unassisted?
What? Why?
Am I moving my computer?
Wait. Whoa.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Ability to lift up 25 pounds unassisted. And
what, to move computers around?
I don't know. It doesn't say what you need to move around, but I'm just assuming, like, maybe the computers weigh 25 pounds. Like, we're from Australia, so 25 pounds to us, I haven't done the calculation, but I think it's like 10 kilos or something for your metric people. But like, why is that a requirement?
Yeah. I mean, like,
what am I doing that's going to require physical lifting? This isn't a warehouse job. This is a 3D animation job, right?
What are they going to make you do? Move render farms around?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't really explain it. It's just very vague, right? So yeah,
they should just have a separate job just for someone to do that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe they should have wrote "must go gym." I don't know, instead of that. Like,
must have minimum 4 abs.
Yeah, like, 4 abs.
Like, not 6.
Yeah,
4
abs. Like, I don't know, man. If you know, write in the comments, but I doubt it. So crazy.
What a job.
Yeah,
like, that just made it way more interesting. That.
All right, so I found this job, and it looks like you're going to be a 3D game-ready creature modeler, right? And it's a volunteer position, of course. Like, if you guys have watched the previous video, like my previous LinkedIn videos, you'll know that I just think volunteer positions are so cringe. Especially when you have the hiring badge in your profile picture.
Hiring volunteers, wow. Yeah.
But
that's new.
But the thing that really caught my eye is this person in the job post says, if you're looking for an opportunity to improve your skills and add industry standard experience to your portfolio, don't hesitate to join us, right? I had a look at your company, right? You're not industry standard. You don't have anything, right? You have no website, you have nothing. Like, I've even checked on Google, right? You don't have anything. So if I work for you and put in my hard worked hours, right, I'm not going to get anything returned.
But wait, look at that. 11 to 50 employees.
Yeah, really? 11 to 50 slaves. So that's not 11 to 50 employees.
The employees, like, does that mean they're volunteers or not?
Yeah, they're all volunteers. As it says here, this is a voluntary project with 30 plus devs. just...
Why don't you just work on your own things at that point? Just make a game yourself. You would fare a lot better in the industry. So much better. Yeah.
It's so cringe. Like, again, you should be ashamed. Like, this is so shameful. You should be ashamed of yourself.
This is for people who, like, if instead of making their own games, they got no ideas on how to make their own games, and they just work for someone else for no pay. Like, really?
It's just so bad. It's so bad. Like, I know I'm being mean when I say you should be ashamed, but literally that's what it is. Like, this shouldn't even exist on LinkedIn. It should be illegal at this point. It's just hurting so many people in the industry. There's so many desperate people too that will get fooled by this.
Yeah, honestly, just if you're starting out in the games industry, work on your own projects just by yourself. Just do little projects and then upsize from there.
What was that EA Games motto back with the Sims? What was it? It was
challenge everything.
Yeah, EA Games challenge everything. But obviously the people writing the jobs, they're not challenged, right? Look at this formatting. Yeah? Look at this. What is this? What what is
double
this?
spaced. Ooh.
Like it's ugly, right? That's what it comes down to. Hard to read and it's ugly, right? The person writing your job, right, is either a robot or like brain dead, right? It just doesn't make sense why you wouldn't fix this, especially if it's already been a week. Like surely you've checked it, but fix your shit, man. Like I can't. It's crazy. Fix your shit, right? And we have another example of location-based discrimination, right? They have this one isn't the US versus Canada. This is US versus itself, right? You have different states in the US, and depending on your state, you're gonna get paid differently, which is interesting.
Even within its own, you're like inside the state, you got Colorado, and then you got location. Example: Denver versus Colorado Springs. Two different places in the same state have different salary ranges.
Yeah, see, like when I first looked at it, I didn't even put that together. I just assumed it was either or. It's like example,
How
Denver,
fine
Colorado.
grained do you need to get?
Yeah,
wow.
So depending on your location, you're gonna get paid differently. Like, is this a government thing offering them like grants or something? Like, why would it be? I can't put my finger on it. Maybe someone in the comments could help me out. But
yeah. What's next? They're gonna start discriminating by street.
Are
you on the high end street or the low end street?
We're in cities. We're at the city level. It's going to come into the street level soon. You're 100%.
Are you on 8th Avenue or 9th Avenue? Oh no, not 9th Avenue.
But yeah,
we don't want those.
But yeah, my best guess is tax, but I don't know. It's a bit weird in my opinion. You'd think that it wouldn't matter as long as they hire someone.
But they're very precise in their salary ranges. They've got like less than 1K changes as well.
Well, yeah, this is a salary range. So let's take an example, California, Los Angeles versus Sacramento. This is the salary range for them. So
yeah,
I correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume Los Angeles, it's more expensive to live there versus Sacramento. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it would be more expensive, right? You've got a range for that location, right? Like I thought it was Los Angeles would be the one at 70K and Sacramento would be the 122, but no, it's the salary range for each of them. So
yeah, I don't know if.
Oh man, that adds a third layer of complexity to this. So like, I wonder if you're at play for determining your salary, or if it's like predetermined. You know, you tell them your location and they say you get 130. You get 140, or if it's like you have to be the one that goes up to them and says, "I want 140."
It should also be based on experience as well. Like I understand the experience part, but like location, I just don't get it.
Yeah, well, maybe people from Los Angeles are just more talented than people from Sacramento. Maybe that's what they think.
yeah, sure.
But yeah, this is from a big name, EA. They're a big player in this industry. I've already spotted two things in their job posts that are like a problem. Two major things. Another example of location-based discrimination, yeah? Because you can instantly tell by the salary range, because it's clicked in my mind now. If it's got an insane salary range, it's either location-based discrimination or experience discrimination, right? So if we scroll down here, right, they say here,
ZeniMax has different base pay ranges for different work locations within the United States, which allows us to pay employees and competitively and consistently in different geographic markets.
Ah, I see what's going on.
But this is a hybrid job. You're expected to be in the office some of the time.
Yeah.
Why would it need to have a salary range, right, if they know where you're going to live?
Because they know your what's it called? Your cost of living, and they want to make it so that they're not giving you too much money if in a certain area, not enough money in other areas.
Yeah, but this is a hybrid job, so you have to be nearby. So if you're nearby, they should know exactly how much the pay is going to be, because they're not going to get someone from Wyoming, for example, who I'm sure there's no Bethesda game studios in Wyoming. Yeah. So why do they need to have the salary range, like the insane salary range posted if it's a hybrid job? Because they expect you to be in the office some of the time, right? They should know exactly how much they can pay you. So, like, that to me is the part that doesn't really make sense. Like, this is just, this could be laziness, actually. The person posting the job isn't given the information from the person who has it. It's just a lazy salary range posted. Because I bet if I look at other ones, which you can see, 100K to 215, they have like the same 175 to 160. You know, they have the same thing. It's laziness. They're not being specific on their job postings. I said before, I can't remember if it was my first LinkedIn video or second, but I came up with the theory that all these are fake jobs. Because how are you reposting something 3 weeks ago? You've had over 100. Who knows if that could be anywhere? That could be, it could be 500 for all I know, right? How are you not finding someone? How are you not finding someone? Yeah, this is a repost. This isn't a post. It's a repost. So surely there was like a couple weeks in between. It's been a month, or at least a month.
I wonder if someone started it and like, nah, I'm out.
They're just not accepting people. I don't know. All these are reposts. Yeah, they couldn't find a single person for all these jobs. All these jobs.
But wouldn't that imply that they have found one person previously, like, and then they would have taken that post down and then reposted it?
Yeah. And this guy here, you're not doing your job. If you can't pick someone and find someone, you're not doing your job. I'm sorry, but like you're not recruiting. You're recruiting nobody. Let's be real.
Maybe that's what they want. Maybe this is just a front so that they can be able to hire internally. Do you reckon?
Yeah, like what I can definitely see them trying, like appeasing the stockhold, like the people that have stock in Bethesda.
There's a bigger game playing right now.
Yeah, because they'll think, oh, there's job posts, they must be expanding, therefore let's invest in them.
Like an illusion that, like, the ball's moving.
Yeah, but really it's just, I think, honestly, I'm thinking this is a fake job. And I'm thinking Bethesda is just putting fake jobs. That's my opinion. Like, it's got to be. Well, what else could it be?
You'd think these will be filled pretty quickly.
Well, they are, but they're
especially
just not...
in the US. Surely there's a lot of people wanting to work at these like really cool jobs.
Yeah.
Potentially cool jobs.
Yeah. All right, now we got an interesting job here. This is the first time I've ever seen this type of job. But it looks like we have an AI prompt artist, right? So you're going to be using AI to generate art, right? And you're going to be paid in that, right? You need 2+ years working with AI art generation tools, which I think is valid. Like, Andrew, when did AI art start becoming a thing? Like,
probably last year, or no, maybe 2022. That was probably like when I started seeing a lot of YouTube videos of like DALL-E and ChatGPT when it was like version 2 still instead of version 3.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It's interesting because it's becoming a thing. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen this, but it looks like it might become like a regular job. Like, it might become just as popular as an artist job or a programmer job, having to use AI art. Like, and the
getting
pay's
paid
not bad.
to just write sentences to an AI and have it generate images for you. That's as a job. That's
yeah.
new to me.
Well, you compare it to like regular office jobs. You know, like that's what a lot of people are doing. They're kind of just typing stuff into Excel or whatever they're doing in those jobs. But this is something that's going to, I think, take the industry by storm. Like, it's pretty interesting, but also a bit scary. But
could be a mainstream thing one day.
Yeah. And I've never like you need a portfolio of AI generated work. That's I've just who has that? I mean, maybe you can go back in your old previous searches of like if you go in Dali and you look at your history or whatever. Like it's just a weird, interesting job, and it's for a game trailer, so they need it to be like this can't
For
be
a
just
prototype, or wouldn't the AI generated art be used as a starting point? Like,
Yeah, like
why
concept.
why would it ever be used as like an end point?
Well, we've seen I don't know if you guys have seen it, but you should check it out. There's the Coca-Cola ad that came out for Christmas, I believe, and that was fully done by AI. Like all the shots, all the humans in there, all like the shots were done by AI.
Did it have like the weird fingers
No,
and
it
like
looks-
logos like vanishing?
No, I think. Look, I'm sure they must have done some editing because there's no way.
I feel like it must be some post editing.
But still, like the base of it was AI, and they copped a bit of shit for it, obviously. But they copped shit from it from artists and programmers. But the general public that drink Coke, they don't care really. But it's interesting now that AI to video has become good enough for stuff like game trailers and ads. Like it was not too long ago that it was absolutely unusable and trash.
Well, not too long ago, there was like AI generated Will Smith eating spaghetti, and it just looks so weird.
It was bad, but it was interesting that was a video though. It wasn't pick images because it was only recently that I reckon that AI images became good enough to use on a production level. But now it's like the video is getting there, and this is like I said, this is the first time I've seen this. But I actually predict and expect that there's going to be a lot more of this in the future.
Yeah, it could become a normal thing. It's like kinds of jobs in the future that haven't been invented yet, and this could be one of them.
Yeah, like I have nothing else to say. Like it. Actually, I take it back. Entry level, 2 years experience. Get out of here. Just get out of here. Like I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Yeah, you're not a normal job. You're a crappy job. Get out of here. Yep. Well, here's an entry level job, right? But it's not the years of experience. Shipped at least one AAA title. Hey, you finished your university course or you've done your private course or whatever course you've done, you must have already shipped one AAA title or else you can't get this job. It's just bad luck, It's just, you should have made a AAA game by yourself or with your group back in university and maybe you would have had a chance.
If you could see me right now, I would be face palming.
It's crazy. Like it happens way too often, right? That they put it as entry level when it's in fact not entry level. It's way too often. Maybe it's a thing with LinkedIn and it's not like obvious, like
maybe it's like auto generated to be entry level or something.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I think the people who make the job postings have full control over what is displayed.
Yeah, but what's interesting is in one of their qualities they say,
"Be creative. We don't want to micromanage. Nothing makes us happier than seeing your prototype ideas we would have never conceptualized."
Really? Like,
be creative. That's all they had to write.
But that's sort of saying do your own thing. Where like laissez-faire or whatever that's called. Like that's kind of what they're saying. We don't micromanage. We're not going to tell you what to do. We just expect you to kind of do your own thing.
And then we'll come back to you and check if you have, and if you haven't, you're not working for us anymore.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's I would not. That would make total sense, right? Complete total sense. But it's crazy. Like you have to have a AAA title, but they're gonna let you do your own thing. Like if someone's worked AAA, please write a comment. How you're treated. Like personally, I've never worked for a AAA company, but I'd be curious to know if you have. Like how you're treated, because it doesn't make sense. I would think that you guys would get micromanaged the crap out of, because you're at like a big company, a AAA company, and they got managers and managers of managers who are just gonna like hammer down and like really, spy on you and see what you're doing. But if I'm wrong, please write a comment if you've had a different experience. I'd be really, really curious to know what you've experienced. Yeah, but the reason why we make these videos is we want to turn Exploitative Bros into Exploitative Bros Studios one day. That would be like the ultimate dream, like having your own studio. Like that's what me and Andrew really, really want to do. And it'll be good too, because I talk a lot about how the industry sucks and how bad it is. But I actually want to help it. I want to actually put my part into improving the industry for people, like for us artists and for programmers, because we're getting absolutely screwed out here. But yeah, that would be like our absolute goal.
And for that to happen, that's why we want subscribers. There's a real reason for it. We want to grow our community so that way we can share our knowledges and our experience with you guys, and you guys can do the same with us.
Yeah, well, let's be real. We don't have the money to start the studio yet. But if we're able to get monetized on YouTube and stuff, then one day we can fund the YouTube money into making our own stuff. Like me and Andrew have made many games in the past, and we're working on some games now that are pretty interesting. And we talk a little bit about it in my Discord server. But yeah, we want to turn this into a brand and into a studio, and then hire some of you guys that are in our Discord. We're not gonna go on LinkedIn and hire people. We're gonna hire people from our Discord because you guys
straight to the people we know.
Yeah, you guys are the people that you guys are we know you guys are struggling, and we want to help you guys out. And there's so many talented people, especially the people who put their portfolios in one of the channels. Like there's so much talent out there, especially in my Discord server. So why would we go to LinkedIn when we could go to you guys? Like that's the end goal. We want to turn our community into something big and something that we can be proud of. And so yeah, like you'd really help me out if you watch my content. Like the watch hours is like probably the most important thing. But if you could drop a like and comment and sub, I'd be so grateful, man. Like it's just I never thought I'd be a YouTuber. Like it's only like recently that I thought about it. But when I was younger, I never thought I would do it. But I've seen so much crap in the industry and no one is really talking about it, about the specific, like from a dev's perspective. And I just thought, well, no one's doing it. I guess I'm going to do it. And yeah, like, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. For crying out loud, Halo MCC, fix your cheating problem.